Name of presenter, Mrs. S.E. Stander. Program Office Administration. Subject Office Data Processing Level 3. Topic to be covered, Topic 8. Introduction to Presentations using Microsoft PowerPoint. Reference material. Textbook Office Data Processing for MS Office 2010, NQF Level 3. Pages 272 to 333. Resources required by students, textbook and a computer. Module 17, Format and Edit Text, Placeholders, Shapes, and your slides. After creating your presentation, you can now format your text and your font size and the color of your slides to make it more interesting, but just be careful not to make your presentation too busy. Your slides must be uniform. Whatever is done on slide 1 must be done on slide 2 and throughout the presentation. Don't use too many different fonts and font sizes. You will just confuse your audience and the people will lose interest because they cannot concentrate because it's too busy and there's too many different things. Changing the font and the font size. I'm using the same example we used in a previous video. Exactly the same as in Word. Before I change anything, I must highlight. So if I want to change the font size or the font type of my title, I highlight. I can change it to any font that I would like. Remember, choose a font that's easy to read and that is clear. So I can change the font. I can change the font size. Be careful not to make your work too big because it must still fit in the text box. For instance, that is way too big, it doesn't fit. So whatever size you choose, your work must still fit in your little text box or in your title box. I can make it bold, I can make it italics, I can underline it, and so on. Changing the font color and different font effects of my text. Once again, if I want to change the color, remember highlight before I change anything. On top of your toolbar in your font window, you will see there's something that says font color. If I click there, I can change it to any color that I want to. Don't make it too light because then it won't be visible. I can maybe change it to that color. If I want to change the effect, I go to my font down arrow there. There I've got different effects I can use. I can strike through, double strike through, superscript, small caps, all caps, depending on what I want. Here I can also change the font color. It gives you the same options. If I want to change the color, if I say, I click on OK, and my font color is changed. Editing the slide background with color or a pattern fill. The background of your slide, if you click in the slide so that the slide is selected and you go to design, you get the format of your background. Now here you can choose, there's different types of background fills. A solid fill, like the white that's there. A gradient fill, where I can choose the color again of what color I would like to use. If I want to use the blue, I can change the effect it's going to have. I can say how transparent it must be, the percentage of transparency. I can adjust the brightness of the color of the background fill. I can go to picture or textured fill. Gives me a different type of fill at the back. I can go to pattern fill. There's my different types of patterns, 5%, 10%, depending on what your instruction says. You might get an instruction saying what type of fill you must apply to your slides. If it says zigzag or light vertical or 90%, depends on what it is. And then after selecting your fill, you say apply to all, and all your slides, as you can see on the side here, will have changed to that type of fill. Changing a picture. You've inserted your picture in your slide. Exactly like in Word, you can apply different styles to your picture. Just make sure that you select your picture. On top here, as soon as you select your picture, you will have picture tools that's available where you can format. If you click on format, you've got your different, everything to do with that picture. Now you can put in a picture border, depending on, again, what color you want. You can put in picture effects, either a shadow effect or reflection or glow, depending on what instruction is given to you. You can go to the picture layout, picture styles. There's different picture styles. If they give you a specific style, remember once again, each one has got a name. If you put your mouse on it, you get your different style names that you can apply to your picture. If you found the one that you need, you can click on it and your picture and style will change. Applying background to the placeholder. Now people, this is your slide. Remember, each one of these things is your placeholder where you've typed your title, where you've typed your subtitle. So to apply color or effect to that placeholder, you must select the placeholder. If you then go to Home, you go to Shape Fill, you can once again choose your color. What background do you want for your placeholder? You can select the outline, what color the outline of the placeholder must be, the block around it, or the shape effect. Once again, you can go and change the type of effect, reflection, glow, soft edges, or 3D rotation, depending on what it is, what your instruction says, or what you would like to apply to your placeholder. So if I want to apply my placeholder, make sure I select it. This is the placeholder. There is your block. If I click on the next one, there is your block. That is the placeholder. Home, shape fill, shape outline, or shape effects, depending on what you want to do. Aligning text in a placeholder. In the previous video, I told you that you can center, you can still center words or text. You can right align, you can left align. So depending on what your instruction says, even this one, once again, I highlight. If it's typed already, I can put it in the center. I can put it on the right-hand side, or I can put it back on the left-hand side. Same functions as in Word. Adjusting line spacing of text. If I want to adjust the line spacing, your instruction might say that it must be 2 line spaces or 1.5. Once again, highlight whatever it is I need to change. Remember, there is your line spacing. If I click on the arrow, I get my different options, either 1.5, 2, 2.5, or 3, depending on what my instruction says. If it needs to be 1.5, I click on 1.5. So everything, if I want to change something, remember, before I change anything, I need to highlight what I need to change. Adjusting bullets and numbers. If the text is in bullets and you need to change it to numbers, once again, I can highlight my bulleted list. I can go to my numbers. I can make it 1, 2, 3. If it's a numbered list and I need to change it back to bullets, I highlight, I go to bullets. And here, remember, you can choose what type of bullet. Bullets and numbering, and here I can choose different types. If I want that one or I want that one, if they tell you to choose a specific one, you go and choose there, or you can just use the one that looks the nicest for you. Everything I can do in Word with formatting or editing text, I can do in PowerPoint. Before you change anything, you highlight. So you highlight whatever it is you want to change, or you select the picture with what you want to do with the picture. You have to click on the picture so that it is selected. There's your format for picture tools. If I select the chart, there's my chart tools. I can design or format. I can change the design, or I can format the chart. There's my smart art. If I select it, I've got smart art tools. You have to select what it is you are working with, and then you go and change it. If it's a graph or a smart art or a picture, your tools for that will appear on top there, and everything to do with the smart art will be under design and format smart art tools. We go to picture. If I select my picture, picture tools, everything to do with that picture will be under picture tools. If I go to chart, I select my chart, everything to do with that chart will be under chart tools, design and format. But I have to select. If I haven't selected my chart, there's no tools on top. If I haven't selected my picture, there's no tools on top. The same with my smart art. If I don't select, I won't have the necessary tools on top. So if I have to change the placeholder, I select it, I click on it, and then I can go and change whatever I need to do there. If I change the background of the slide, I just click in the slide and I change my background. If I want to change text, font size, color, I have to highlight the text and then go and do my changes.